Today's video is about 5 hard truths that you're going to have to figure out when you come to Thailand. And why are they so important? Well, because if you don't know these and you come to Thailand, you will be lost, because research was the biggest thing that helped me out when coming to Thailand, and it paid off. There's just so much that I researched, so much that I learned. So I'm excited to give you guys the 5 hard truths of moving to Thailand and what to expect. So number 1 on the list, we have culture shock. Well, what is culture shock? Basically, you jump into something brand new. For me, I've never traveled outside of the U.S. I've only traveled in the U.S. I've traveled quite a bit, many states, but never out of the country. And then to do the jump that I did and just move to Thailand was crazy, some might say. But for me, it was just good because I wanted to enjoy their culture. I wanted to feel the difference. I just wanted to be put in an uncomfortable situation to kind of get used to being uncomfortable, because when you can do that, you can conquer a lot of things. So number 1 is culture shock. So basically what that is, there's a language, there's their food, there's the way they move, the etiquette around. It's just normal stuff like that. So basically, it's like over here's the US and we have our normal culture, but then boom, we just jumped all the way over to here. And now we're in Thailand, something brand new. So that's culture shock. If you guys want a better definition on culture shock, I mean, you can just Google it. But basically, it's just jumping from one culture to another, and you just have that instant shock. It's kind of like you go skydiving, you get that instant shock, like, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing it. It's kind of like the same as that. And number 2 on the list, I hope you guys are ready because this one's big. Number 2 is the language barrier. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news and say that everyone here speaks great English and everyone in the locals can understand you. So from what I researched, it seemed like there's quite a bit of English, but from what I've noticed, there's not really a lot. So of course some people here and there can speak, and a good amount, like a solid amount, I would say 5 out of 10, so like 50%, which is lower than I originally thought, can speak English, but definitely not as much as I thought, because the locals, I mean, if you go to like big areas like the malls or places like that, there's going to be much more, but like local street vendors and anywhere like real local and not like a real big area, they'll mostly speak Thai. So you can use Google Translate, of course, but that's number 2. It's a language barrier. And as long as you know like the main phrases you can get around, like what's the price of this, just main phrases, anything you would use like day-to-day life that you need, especially when you're traveling. And you can find those on Instagram, you can find them on TikTok, different ways, and people teach them all the time. So it's really not that big of an issue if you ask me. And now number 3 is another important one. What is this hard truth? Well, it is the weather and air pollution. The air pollution is quite terrible. I mean, I really don't notice it since I'm over here now. And I mean, for the weather, it's hot, but I came from Florida, so it's just as hot, if not hotter. Except for the other day, it did reach 101 degrees here, so I think it's definitely hotter than Florida overall, but the humidity is what does it for me. The humidity is unbelievably, like, right now, I mean, I'm moist, I'm sweaty, and I've been out here for maybe 5-10 minutes. But if you're walking the streets and walking around to local places, it's gonna be hot. And in my condo, which is terrible, the elevators don't have AC, or like the main hallways, but luckily the lobby does after 10 a.m. and then it shuts off at like 11:30, so you got plenty of time. And then my room, of course, has AC. But the weather, if you're from really cold and you don't really like heat, this is not the place for you. It's very hot, very humid, and the air pollution. I'm thankful that my condo currently has air purifiers and dehumidifiers all throughout, so that's very nice. But I don't know, I've heard from some people that have come from really, really cold that they enjoy the weather switch, and it's kind of like in up north in New York and stuff, when people move down to Florida when they get older. It's kind of reminds me of that. So maybe you'll enjoy it. I say give it a try, of course. Give everything a try at least once in life. And then now we're on to number 4. Well, what's number 4? Number 4 is another good one. I mean, this whole list is, this will definitely help you out when coming here. Number 4 is job and income. Well, Mikey, what do you mean by job and income? Well, what I mean is there's no jobs for you, really. You can get a job, but you have to, I believe, do some like work visa type thing and get approved, but also like almost every job is going to be locally preferred over you. All the locals get the main jobs, and it's built that way so Thailand doesn't get overran by tourists and foreigners and anyone wanting to do stuff like that. So basically, you want to have an online income is the best way, and you want to make sure you have a consistent income, because when you get out here, it is cheaper. The cost of living and everything's cheaper. But that money, it's so true. I've seen so many memes. Oh, you're spending like Monopoly money out here. That's what it feels like. You can just go through it. It might be cheaper. But if you have spending habits and you like expensive stuff, and you like buying stuff, and you like going out to eat, and you like cooking nice food, you're going to spend money, of course. So make sure you have a good income. Make sure you're set up, at least have a plan for it. So that's number 4. So number 5, last but not least, is Thailand is not built for you. It's really not. It's not built for the Americans. It's not built for people from the UK. It's not built for people from Australia. It's built for Thai people. Their culture, their world, pretty much. That's built absolutely for them. If anyone tells you different, it's an absolute lie. So you'll always be an outsider. I mean, when I'm walking the street, 8 out of 10 people are Thai. I'm one of the other one person I might see being from somewhere else, but there's definitely people around. You just got to go to different areas. But like locally wise and like walking streets and stuff, you'll mainly see Thai people because it's their world. This is their city. This is Bangkok, Thailand. I mean, it's built for them. So you'll always be an outsider, but if you're okay with being an outsider and trying something new and being uncomfortable and just having fun in life, doing something that's an experience that you can talk about to generate, that can be passed down generations. Oh, this guy in our family, it will be Uncle Mikey or Grandpa Mikey, whatever it is, Parent Mikey, Dad Mikey, it doesn't really matter, but I'll have stories to tell from coming here. Even if I came here for a month, a week, you still have stories to tell. Everything in life is an experience, so just do the most. Have fun. Don't really care what anyone thinks. I mean, it's your life at the end of the day. Just live it to the fullest. Come out to Bangkok, Thailand. I mean, I'm absolutely loving it. I've never done anything like this. I'm more of an introvert, I would say, but once you get to know me, it's much different. But coming here, it will help you like change, I guess, because you have to. You can't just sit tucked away in a room. I mean, you can, but why would you come out to somewhere like this to just ball up in your room and sit in there all day? You don't want to do that. You want to come out, experience life. It's just unbelievable. Like, I'll show you guys the view in a second, and tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. But that's the 5 hard truths, and that's my take on moving to Thailand. So I hope you guys enjoy. And here's the view.